In Germany, you order a Coke, you get this tiny little glass at a restaurant, you sip it carefully, and if you want another, you have to pay again. My first meal here in the United States, I'd taken maybe 3 sips and suddenly, bam, the server refilled my glass without asking, for free. I thought, did I just win the soda lottery? Today, we're talking about free refills, mountains of ice, massive portions, and the tipping culture shock every European feels the first time they eat out in the United States. Hey, I'm Misha. Welcome back to the channel. I was born and raised in a small town called Weilerbach near Kaiserslautern and Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, and I've been living here in the US for the last 10 years. In this video, I'll break down why free refills even exist, why Americans drown drinks in ice, the portion sizes and the takeout obsession, as well as the big tipping divide, and why Germans linger for hours while Americans get the check before dessert. And stick around because I'll share the story of the lunch where I basically drank 2 liters of Coke for less than the price of one back home. In America, sodas, iced tea, coffee, endless, refilled without even asking. It started in diners and fast food chains in the 1950s and 60s. The math worked. A giant soda costs a restaurant maybe 20 cents, but customers felt cared for and often ordered more food. By the 1960s, bottomless coffee was literally on menus. Well, in Germany, forget it. A Coke is usually 0.3 liters, costs about 3 to 4 euros, and every refill is a new order. For Germans, drinks are a separate product. For Americans, drinks are part of the hospitality package. But if the refills surprise you, wait until you see the iceberg hitting in your water glass. In the US, water often shows up before you even touch the menu, and it's filled with so much ice you could chill a 6-pack of beer in it. In Germany, ordering still or sparkling water is normal, but ice, maybe 1 or 2 cubes. Why so different? Ice machines in America made it cheap and easy, and cold equals fresh in US culture. And free water instantly says welcome. Fun fact, US restaurants go through billions of pounds of ice every year. That's enough to fill thousands of swimming pools. Germans can't even imagine that scale. And the drinks are just the start. Wait until you see the size of the food. US portions are huge, even though in Germany there are more and more restaurants that have that supersized mentality. But a large soda at a chain, almost a liter here in the US. In Germany, the biggest drink at a fast food is maybe half of that. With serving so big, leftovers are expected. Servers even hand you a box before you ask. In Germany, meals are designed to be finished. Taking food home is possible now, but it still feels... While in America, the mindset is you paid for it, you own it. In Germany, value comes from portion accuracy and quality. And here's where Europeans really get confused. In the US, tipping is pretty much mandatory, 15 to sometimes 30%. But servers literally live off it because the minimum wage for tipped workers is just $2.13 an hour in some states. In Germany, servers earn a normal wage. Tips are more like a thank you, usually 5 to 10% max. This changes everything. In America, servers check in often, top up drinks, and hustle for that tip. In Germany, service is polite but more hands-off. The focus is on giving you space while dining. And that space really shows up when it comes to how long you can stay at a table. In the US, once you're done, the check often appears quickly. And that's not rude, it's just economics. More table turnovers equals more business, equals more money for the servers, equals more money for the business. In Germany, it's the opposite. You can sit for hours over a single coffee and no one gives a rat's ass. In fact, it's part part of the experience. One culture is built on efficiency, the other is built on lingering. And it's pretty hard to say that as a German, that the US is more efficient in that part than the Germans. I'll never forget my first lunch here in America. The server refilled my Coke 4 times without asking. By the end, I basically had 2 liters, probably a bunch of pounds more, and the bill still less than what 2 small drinks would cost back home in Germany. That's when it hit me. This isn't just about drinks, it's about 2 total different ideas of hospitality. Here's the big picture. American dining is about abundance, efficiency, and feeling looked after. Free refills, ice water, big portions, tipping, and quick table turnover. German dining is about precision, balance, and relaxation. Measured portions, paid drinks, quiet service, and all the time in the world to just enjoy your food. Unusual. Neither one is better, but if you're used to one, the other feels like eating on another planet. So tell me, are you free refill or are you pay per drink? Drop it in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, you like it, you share it, and check out my other video about public bathrooms in America, which is another everyday culture shock moving from Europe to the US. I'm Misha. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tschüss.